We have all seen this video on YouTube. It shows Richard Spencer, a purported white nationalist, being punched by an Antifa. But this seemed a little unreal to me, and I did not understand why. Thinking about it, it finally clicked. With an attack that strong, surely Mr. Spencer would have a lot more damage done to his face than what appeared in videos and pictures of Mr. Spencer post-incident. It occurred to me that if I slowed down the video, I could see things that I and most other people had missed at normal speed. Did you catch it? There are two frames in the sequence that tell the whole story. Here is the first frame. And here it is with what I want you to see outlined in red. Here is an excerpt from Resting Secrets Exposed, a video available on YouTube.
Just like in a back alley brawl, a closed fist can cause serious damage when it lands on someone's chin. So how do the wrestlers avoid getting hurt? Here's the secret: an open fist, which doesn't pack any real punch. Unlike movie stuntmen, wrestlers don't swing and miss. They make light contact so their opponent will know when to react.
Look at the hand in the red circle. This is not a closed fist. This is not even an open fist as described in the resting video. This is an open hand, and not even effective as a slap. The hand is turned the wrong way for that. The next frame shows that the confrontation was not staged by someone with a professional wrestling background, but probably by someone with a professional stunt background, not too professional, however, as you can see in the very next frame that the purported punch misses. Or, stretching it an awful lot, just barely brushes Spencer's cheek. But what did Richard Spencer stand to gain by staging this attack? You only have to look at the results. The progressive left have entered into defensive mode, saying that the attack was justified, even though they know that starting a conflict before being assured of victory, or, at the very least, having the potential gain vastly outweigh the risk, is just bad strategy. The progressive left are thinking with their hearts rather than their heads, and they have no leader that can see that, so in the end, because of this one instance, they have embarked on the road to disaster. The liberal left has reacted just as predictably as the progressive left. They have been opposed to the progressive left for so long that they see those people as the enemy, worse than the rightists. Consequently, they attack the progressive left for their stance on violence and not the right for their authoritarian philosophy. Much like the progressives, the classical liberals are thinking with their hearts and not their brains. They do not see who the real enemy is, nor do they see that the tactics of the extreme right have not changed. Finally, those in the center or just right or left of center have been pushed further to the right. The centrists have no political axe to grind. They just want their lives to continue, for the most part, just as it has been doing. Violence upsets this apple cart, and even if the violence is fake, nobody is telling them that, and so, to them, the violence was real. And who started the violence? Why, the left, of course. Naturally, the centrists shift to the right. This is the historic Glavice radio tower. It is the tallest wooden structure in Europe. It was also the site of the Gleiwitz incident, the Nazi false flag operation on the 31st of August, 1939. A small group of German operatives dressed in Polish uniforms seized the Gleiwitz station and broadcast a short anti-German message in Polish. To make the attack seem to be the work of anti-German Polish saboteurs, they used human corpses to pass them off as Polish attackers. On the basis of this, the invasion of Poland by Germany was to be justified. Neither the British nor the French bought into the false flag operation, and this resulted in the beginning of World War II. But why did the Germans use false flag operations? Because they had worked before. Anschluss with Austria, the appeasement at Munich, and the subsequent invasion of Czechoslovakia were all attained through the judicious use of false flags. The rise to power of the Nazis in Germany was predicated on the use of false flags. False flags do work. Until, that is, they don't. But by the time they stop working, most of the time you are embroiled in conflict.